What's up, buddy?
Man, I'm on vacation.
Oh, no shit. What are you doing?
I have a trekking trip set up, and I might go to the beach, and otherwise just kind of resting and trying to actually get some sun after so many years in the
In the
darkness.
darkness. Uh, so, how long are you on vacation for?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, all paid.
Holy shit. That's a great vacation.
Technically, I have like what, like honestly, like if I really took like all my vacation days that I've been owed, I could basically be on vacation for like what, like 2 months.
So, does your vacation just like roll over if you don't use it? Like it just
Uh,
keeps adding up?
Well, the fun thing is that happened is it usually doesn't, but since I had so many days like before COVID, and by state law they can't take away my COVID days. Like because I also like save up vacation days during COVID,
Yeah.
they can't take that away by law. So I have just like a shit ton of vacation days.
God, that is so nice. I get, and we were actually talking about this in Discord earlier. I only get 10 days of PTO a year. Um, and I am technically out of PTO until Uh, February, and I am planning on taking a little trip in February when that PTO hits.
That's fair.
I don't know if you know who Jason Isbell is or not, but he is a country musician, and he is doing a solo tour where it's literally just him and his guitar, and he's going to be doing these shows. And I want to take a trip to go to one of these shows, just one of them.
Oh man, go for it.
I don't think he's coming anywhere close to me, but like I'll take the flight to see that show. Uh, but also, uh, I'm trying to. I think this might be a new development, but I got a booking agent.
Oh shit, yeah, that is new.
Uh, yeah, I actually just had my first show through her this past weekend, and I had to go to the tire shop because I had two screws in both of my back tires. And like by the time I was done with that, I had to go back home, get all my stuff, and then haul ass to Lake Charles just to barely make it in time for this gig. But it's nice to have like I'm looking at my calendar and I see so many gigs on the calendar now.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Uh,
Things are moving
yeah.
forward.
So I know
Things are moving forward.
that's right. And another fun thing is, have you ever heard of a game called RimWorld?
I have heard of RimWorld. I never played it. I haven't looked up like what it is, but I that name's gone across like my like just stuff I've been reading like every so often.
So it has been an ongoing joke in the Discord server that I'm in because it's a safe for work server. So like every time somebody brought up RimWorld, we'd be like, "Oh, that's not very safe for work," and like act like it wasn't a game.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
yeah, so finally over the weekend, after I was done with my show, oh man, okay, I thought my phone slipped and I thought I have accidentally stopped the recording, but I didn't. Uh, so when I got home, somebody was still streaming inside Discord server, them playing this game, and I immediately fell in love with it. I was like, I have got to learn this game. Basically, I think the most simplified way that I could explain this game is imagine The Sims, but not in like a cutesy environment. Like you are like you have like the base game is like you have three survivors and you crash land on this planet with supplies and you have to control them to build up a like a little colony and scavenge for resources and you're setting them up with tasks to do. Every run can be completely randomized. You can install mods. There's so much DLC for it. Uh, and even better is it it's Steam Deck verified, so I can play it on my Steam Deck. And I have been absolutely addicted to this game. I've been playing this game while I work.
Oh, that's good, dude. So I'm on the since I just got paid. I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna play now because those. I mean, like in one of those moves where like I don't know what to play.
Oh my God, those are always the worst moods. But then you'll get that one moment where you find something and it just clicks and you're happy again.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got. That's how I kind of got to the game we're gonna talk about today.
Oh, before we get started, did you ever get Remnant 2?
Remnant. I
It's
think
like
I
that.
got. I think I just got the first one.
Okay, well, you have the second one now because I have a code for it and I don't want it.
All right, fair.
So that could be your game to get you out of a slump.
I mean, it very well could be. I remember I played the first one like quite a bit. It didn't hook me like a lot, but it was a good time.
Yeah, so basically that's one of the games in the October Humble Bundle, and I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm not
Souls
gonna like
like
this game.
no.
Yeah, I was like, I'll give this to Leo. But yeah, there's other games in the bundle that I do enjoy, but it was that one that I was like, I'm not gonna play this. Uh,
I mean,
so
that's
yeah,
fair. I mean, I did finally beat Dark Souls 2 vanilla as well, so I have that under my belt now as well.
well now you can go into the world of Remnant 2. Why is there traffic here?
Yes, I can. Why
So,
not?
speaking of horror esque experiences, we are here today. We talked a little bit about Silent Hill 2 remake on the last episode that we did, but this is the episode you've 100% completed it, right?
Yeah, I got all the
Okay,
endings, did all got like all the items, blah blah blah.
okay, and I have beaten it once and then watched all the endings on YouTube. So we're on the same playing field, and uh, I'm gonna
More or
let you
less.
give all your. Yeah, I'm gonna give your thoughts, and then I'm gonna add on to to what you say since you spent way more time in this game than I did, and then I've got some fun
Actually, I wanted to.
experiences that
I
one.
wanted. I kind of wanted to go with your thoughts first because I I don't want to spoil because at this point I'm kind of jaded since I did everything. So I
Yeah.
kind of want to see like what your thoughts are, like pure, just like that one experience, that one.
Okay. So, like I said in the last episode that we talked about this on, I think that the game, I think that Silent Hill 2, uh, it was until I got to the ending, I said that this is a really good game that I wanted to be a really great game. And there was a lot of things that I didn't necessarily love. One of the things was I thought that the combat could be kind of clunky in places. Uh,
Dude, you're breaking up a
and
lot.
that, say what now? What'd you say, buddy? Oh
I know
man, we're
the
already going
recording
through
will probably
this.
sound fine, but you're breaking up a lot. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
you're sounding normal. You're sounding normal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in traffic, as is tradition with Lake Charles. So I was talking about how the combat could definitely be really clunky at times. Uh, and especially in some of the boss fights, it was really clunky and it was really hard to maneuver. Uh, I like the one that I go to the most is the boss fight with the door monster.
Oh, the abstract daddy.
Yeah, so that one really annoyed me. Uh, and I think that's the only one that really irritated me. I know that you had said that you had some gripes with the final boss, but honestly, for my playthrough, and this could also be because I was on easy and you were probably on the hardest difficulty, but I
Yeah, that
didn't
one I was
have
the
any.
hardest.
Yeah, I did not have any issues with that one. I actually got through that one in one shot. Uh, but
Yeah.
I think my main.
If we're just gonna scratch this one and just get through this one real quick, my issues with the final boss was that the game was really stingy on when I could pick up stuff. I was very, to be fair, I wasn't using the dodge as much as I should have. Um, but the game was basically like anytime I tried to like grab a like ammo, health, whatever, because I was like I had like nothing of anything, so I was just basically doing what I could with like the little I had. The game was just like Oh, you're like millimeter like over the where you can pick it up. Haha. Try
You can't
again.
take it. So I actually had a lot of that as well. But my issue was more along the fact that we streamed this entire game. Like from start to finish, we did this game on stream and the Discord server. And the only way that we could do that was I have a capture card, but I guess it just finally crapped out. So my only option for streaming this game from a PlayStation 5 was to do remote play through my ROG Ally and stream that. Uh,
Oh.
so yeah, and to make matters even worse, um, for whatever reason, I could not take my PlayStation controller off of the PlayStation and put it onto my RG Ally. So I had to use an Xbox controller for this PlayStation 5 game, and I could not for the life of me get the Xbox guide button to act as the touchpad because it was acting as the PlayStation guide button instead of the touchpad. So every time that I wanted to look into my inventory, I had to remap the inventory button to something else. So every time I would have to, I think I remapped it to like up on the D-pad or something. Um, but yeah, like a lot of times, especially when I really needed the game to not lag, it would. But I would say about 99% of the time, the game ran perfectly fine. But like every now and then, like I would go to pick something up and my character and James would move like a millimeter too far to the left. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. For me, it just kind of felt like James was like looking straight at it. It was perfectly angled, and just he's like, I don't know, like maybe there's like a little bump like in the floor mapping, and he was like, and like his model was like pushed up a little bit too high, and that's why he wouldn't grab it. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, so my thoughts before I finished the game were that this is a really good game that I really wanted to be a really great game. My thoughts completely took a 180 into this is a fantastic game when I got to like the last hour where the story really starts to everything starts to click into place and you start to figure out everything. Um,
Yeah.
I actually have a really funny story about this, and I told you this, but we like I said we were streaming this game in the server, and without spoiling anything, the ending to this game is a gut punch, especially because Emily and I strongly related to James and what he went through because we saw somebody else go through it earlier this year. The same like the exact same situation almost, and there were a few people in the chat that were watching us. And by the way, this isn't like a Twitch chat. If you know if people don't really know about Discord chats, like there was a big voice chat basically where people were watching us play this game, and it is such an emotional ending, and everybody is dead quiet. Like nobody's not. I don't even hear anybody breathing. And then somebody just pops in and goes, "Hey, what did I miss?" And they just completely took all the tension out of the room.
Yeah. That was pretty funny when you just told me about it.
Like, I mean, it was one of those moments where like you missed the one most crucial part of this entire 20-hour stream that we've done. Uh,
Yeah. But
just for
that's the fun of streaming.
just for giggles, do you remember the number of times that you opened your map on your first playthrough?
Oh, I did not. It was a lot though.
Uh, yeah, I opened the map 852 times.
That sounds fair.
Uh, and luckily, I was lucky enough to have somebody in the stream the first night that we streamed it that had played a fair chunk of the game before. Uh, and he's like, no, you got to keep looking at the map. Trust me, you got to look at the map. And he was able to tell me like, whenever he does, whenever he draws a line away, that means you can't do anything right now. You have to come back later. Uh, sorry, there's a absolute asshole not letting me merge over.
Yeah. Why?
Somebody's never
Don't
heard the
honk at me.
zipper method.
Don't
I
honk
would
at me.
definitely, I would definitely honk at you. Uh, but yeah, I think the whole map system. I think that was it was well done, but at the same time, I was very frustrated for a lot of the game because I think, and we touched on this in the last episode. I think the main issue that I had was that I was focused on streaming instead of focused on paying attention where I needed to go. And I was trying to be entertaining the entire time, and I missed a lot of crucial details sometimes, I believe. Uh,
I mean, probably. I didn't get to watch your streams, but at least for my experience, like single player, the map was so helpful. Like, I've been watching a lot of like reviews for Silent Hill 2 because I'm actually kind of curious about like how people who play the old games like see the new one. And like one of the things like people like people like who are new to the game to this new games are like been mentioning is like the map is so good. It tells you everything. Like the only thing it's missing is telling you if you picked up everything in a room. That's the only thing it's missing.
yeah, I think that and speaking of the old game, you didn't play the old game, right?
Oh no, the
The
only other Silent Hill game I played is Shattered Memories.
Yeah, that's the only one I played as well. What did you play it on? Just being curious.
Yeah, I remember I played like what like a few seconds of oh I forget the name. The one with Travis.
Oh, that was the
Um
PSP one, the Origins.
Yeah, Origins. Yeah, I played like a little bit of the beginning of that one, but I feel like I didn't play like a lot for me to be like, oh yeah, I know this game. You know.
Yeah, so I'm actually very curious on not really curious, but like I as I was playing this game, I was like, I can't imagine playing this with tank controls and a fixed camera.
Yeah, like to be fair, like a lot of like I think like one of like my least favorite things like I've seen a lot is like people who don't like the game because it's not like the OG. It's just that like they wanted the OG again, but just prettier. And I kind of like how like they did their own thing. I like how they did the callbacks to the old games because like I feel like if you're gonna do a remake, you gotta do callbacks to the old game. You know, somehow.
Yeah, and I mean, uh, I think that, like, again, haven't played the original, but I can see that they definitely took a lot of pages out of the RE remake books. Uh, where you look at RE2 remake and RE4 remake, and those games are extremely faithful to the source material while also adding in new elements and innovating on others. And like with three remake, I can't really speak as much on that one. I know a lot of people don't like that remake, but and like I
It's
never got.
okay. It's just too short.
Oh, it's definitely too short. I remember when I played the original RE3, I didn't make it too insanely far because I got so frustrated with running around from Nemesis with the tank controls. I just
That's
felt that.
fair.
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, I'm just whole tank controls and like a lot of people like actually talk about like the fixed camera and like yeah, it's a very cinematic. It does like a lot of like cinematic language stuff, but like uh, you just can't do that in modern games. Like people are just not gonna be enjoying it as much. It's not gonna sell as much. And just face it, this is big companies. They want to sell.
Oh yeah. Uh, I actually have a like not a gripe or anything, but I just have spent my, and it could just be that I'm very desensitized to horror. Uh,
That could be
because
us.
I was never actually scared, like not even unsettled. Um, especially like I grew up, hearing about Pyramid Head being this horror icon, and I was never like I was like I can't be by this guy. He's gonna get me if I don't get away. But like I was never like, oh my god, this is the scariest thing ever. And I actually, after we were finished with Silent Hill 2 Remake, I had gotten a PlayStation 5 review code for this game called Bridge Curse 2 Extraction or something like that.
All right.
And I found that this game that I had never heard of before had much better horror elements like, and everybody in the stream agreed. They're like, this is a scarier game than Silent Hill 2 Remake was. And it wasn't even close. There was, and I think that. over the years, Silent Hill 2 is, it's always been a staple in the survival horror genre, but it's not really a scary game. At least it wasn't to me.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't like honestly. Well, I think what it does, it can do like kind of well is kind of being tense because I feel like like for example the hospital just kind of looks so the hospital and the dark apartments, they look so fucking creepy, just that rust and stuff. Visually it feels
yeah,
kind of like oppressive. But yeah, as you said, like horror wise, yeah, we are, to be fair, we are horribly desensitized. We've played so many horror games, we watched so many horror movies. We watched like, let's face it, we're like the generation that grew up in what, like Saw, what other like big horror movies, Final Destination. We've seen so much shit. Like
yeah,
regular horror is just
and
not gonna do much to us.
yeah, and you talked, you touched on the apartments. I thought that if I had to pick a level that was the scariest for me, I would probably pick the prison. I thought that was the most tense area for me, just because of all the darks, like especially when you're walking out in the yard and you can't see anything. Even though I don't think there was ever anything out there, but like
No,
when you walked out to the gallows, if you stood on the gallows, you could hear something like walking around, but you never see anything.
yeah, yeah. For me, I think like I was more tense like on the apartments more than anything. I guess because it was like the first dose of that kind of look that you get for the world.
Yeah.
But honestly, area wise, like I think the person I didn't like enjoy as much, mostly because I didn't enjoy like the central puzzle too much.
I also hated the mannequins that crawl on the walls,
Oh yeah, those were annoying.
especially towards the end of the game. They get very annoying. And also a fun little factoid that I had from my playthrough is at the end of the prison level, I got stuck on something, so I looked up a walkthrough, and
Yeah,
the walkthrough was it like it wasn't right. Uh, and it says whenever you complete the next puzzle, you'll drop down into the morgue, and then I did not drop down into a morgue.
huh?
I think
That's
after that,
weird.
isn't it like more apartment level kind of thing?
After the
After the
oh, after the
prison,
hanging nooses?
yeah.
No, you go straight to the morgue.
Oh, was that a morgue?
I mean, it's a morgue, yeah, because it's just like kind of that place with like all the corpses. Yeah, that was supposed to
Huh.
be the morgue.
Well, isn't that
Yeah, I
something?
know. Like,
I get,
I looked around there. I was like, I didn't think like never once that I thought like, oh, this is a morgue. But yeah, that's where it is.
real quick, I'm about to do a quick traffic check, and I don't know if it's gonna like the connection or not. So just bear with me for a minute.
I always do, sadly.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any traffic on my normal route. Okay, all right, I'm back.
All right,
Yeah, I've already been in traffic for 20 minutes, so I didn't want to get stuck in traffic again or take a long way.
that just makes a nicer, like, longer episode.
Well, I mean, it's not so much that I care about being stuck in traffic because I don't, but at the same time, I've got to get my kids, so I've got to hurry.
Nah, kids can walk.
Well, actually, we had a moment earlier where we forgot that one of our kids had an after school activity today. So whenever Emily went to pick them up, only one kid came out. So we kind of freaked out because we forgot, and it wasn't until like after like we had sent teachers back inside. It's like, go find our kid. And then like I called and I was like, he has that UIL thing today, and she's like, oh my god, you're so right.
Parent of the
Uh,
year.
okay, so Silent Hill. We're talking about Silent Hill.
Yes,
So yeah, we've talked about combat. Uh,
a bit of
we've talked
story.
about yeah, so talked about the story. Um, we've kind of touched on this. I think the sound design in this game is absolutely top tier, next level.
Oh yeah,
They did an absolutely phenomenal job, and that's what carries most of this game. The game is, it's visually good to look at, but the audio cues and the visual, like, I mean, the just the auditory experience definitely took this to a different level. I think that if maybe I could see me going back to this game, like if I get it on the Steam Deck when it goes on sale in like a year or two, uh, I can see this being a game that I put in both AirPods, and it does get me a lot more than it does, than it did with me playing it on a stream. Oh, excuse me. That
yeah. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm forming thoughts as I'm driving here. Like I said, the I don't like. I don't think this is ever a game that like I'm going to rush to go back to. Like I like to go back to Resident Evil 4 Remake every now and then because that is a enjoyable experience to get through. And I feel like Silent Hill 2 is remake was more of a this was a this was an experience. I'm very glad that I did it. This a fantastic story, great game. But the moment to moment of it and traversing some of these areas with the map, I don't think I would enjoy doing that again.
I think you're gonna have a lot more fun doing it without having to stream. Because trust me,
Probably
like
so.
the map is really good. It's really clear of like where you've gone and where you haven't.
Uh, excuse me, I gotta yawn. So I've given my thoughts. Is there anything that you wanted to add on top of this?
Uh, I do actually like seeing as I went through. I had to do like what three full playthroughs to like get all the endings. I think like what one of the big gripes I have here is there should have been more for like the new game plus. It is really barren for like a new game plus for like, especially like considering how Silent Hill how off the wall it can get. Like if I remember right, we just talked about Origins. Like yeah, Origins had like a shit ton of costumes you can unlock for like doing different stuff.
Hmm.
Um, uh, the Silent Hill 3 has magical girl outfit. Silent Hill 2 like had like a bunch of sprays for you can unlock as you play that have like different effects on enemies. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff like they could have added just to like feel more like a little bit more fun for like the new for like when you're going again through it again.
Yeah.
Because spoilers for like not really spoilers, but like basically like all you unlock for like new game plus is the chainsaw, which like you get at the beginning of the new game series, new game plus series. You can find it, and a bunch of like items to unlock endings. And honestly, like the items do not affect the gameplay at all, other than the chainsaw. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity for like having something interesting to be done, or like I don't know, like since I often like do like a lot of like different kind of runs in my games. Like I think it would have been cool for like I don't know, unlock like I don't know, like the big knife that like you can't really use.
The big what now?
The big knife, like the pyramid head knife.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like get like give us an achievement for doing a melee only run. Like give us an achievement, give us like the a knife for completing the run. Like maybe don't make like the same big old one that like you use that in that one scene, but like just give us like a smaller one that's
Yeah.
just like give us some variety, something to like enjoy like when you're going through the game again.
And see, that's a really big miss for them because uh I mean, a lot of these, modern horror games, especially the remakes, have been, doing really well with their new game plus modes. Like from what I can remember, people really love the new game plus mode in RE4 remake.
Dead Space also
They
had a good new game plus mode.
Yeah, and then also Alan Wake 2 had a good one where you can only get the true ending of that game by doing new game plus.
Yeah, but I feel like more like in the context of like Not like in terms of like getting the real ending by playing again. I feel like in the context of like adding to the gameplay itself, like through the moment to
Oh no,
moment.
no. So with Alan Wake 2, they do add in new things in there
Okay,
to differentiate it, and like I think they put in like a lot of nods to it, where like you'll pass by a character and they'll be like, I feel like I've seen you before, like stuff like that.
okay, there's like a deja vu kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of stuff I was talking about. And sorry, since I haven't played the game, I didn't know. But like I was thinking like Dead Space 2, like you have like the whole like the alternate ending you can unlock by like, collecting all the stuff.
yeah,
Like RE4 has like the basically like just like the whole weapon system that you can just play you try to use like another weapon, you know. Variety. There needs to be more stuff like to do in the new game cycles. Because honestly, I got all I could get from the new game plus cycles in one run, and that's kind of sad.
yeah. So I'm trying to think if I've got anything else to add on to this. I did appreciate a lot of horror experience, especially modern horror, especially remakes of these older games. They're kind of on the shorter side, and this game was about 20 hours for one playthrough. I did really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
did kind. I feel like I did take a while, but I didn't feel like okay. Like if I could say like one area dragged along for me was a hospital, but other than that, I felt like the
yes.
game was fine.
For the hospital, I will 1000% admit that I was supposed to have like a good chunk of the hospital left, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I just looked up the password to get out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh,
But yeah. Other than that, like I didn't feel like the game was like overstaying its welcome too much,
no, and
especially for like how long it was. Although, like my one issue, I could like if I could say, it's not very like new game plus friendly because like there is like I said nothing new.
And I also want to touch on this just a little bit, but how well the PC version of this game seems to be optimized. Um, I've seen a lot of
Oh,
people.
it's okay. Like if I remember, like two part. There's two parts in the game where like without fail, like like all three playthroughs. Every time I went through that area, the game stuttered and bad. Was little spoilers for like whoever's like whoever's watching. It's I mean listening. Sorry. It's when you get to Maria's room. I mean not to Maria's to Mary's room.
Yeah.
Like right before you get there, like as you're crossing the door that goes to the dog ending. The game starts bad. Like noticeably, like the game like stops responding for a second and then loads and like starts responding again. And at the like right before you get to the Maria battle, when you're in the long hallway and there's like the whole like Mary's speech to you, that long speech, it also like stutters like at some point, like I think like if I was like running forward for like after like 30 seconds, like
Oh boy.
those are like the biggest noticeable. Uh, the game feels like it kind of slowed down a little bit, but like nothing too bad otherwise. It was fairly stable. Oh, we lost Doug.
He-
But
oh
other than that, it
no.
was like the game run relatively stable for me,
I do believe we might be
and
in the
it
dead
wasn't too
zone.
bad.
Uh, I'm gonna keep talking
All
until
right, let's
hopefully
see what's up
Leo's
with
able
him.
to jump back in. Uh, I just got news that I've got wings waiting on me at home, so that's a really good one. That's a really good thing to have. Uh, oh, okay, I
Oh,
hear you now.
are you back?
Can you hear me? Oh, nope, he's back off again.
No,
Can you hear?
disappeared for a
Can you hear me?
second.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh man, but yeah, it's overall highly enjoyable game. Uh honestly, like if I also had to mention one thing like that hasn't been mentioned yet, the fog looks so amazing. Like
Can you hear me again, by the
honest.
way?
Oh, there you are.
Okay, cool.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yes, the fog. Continue,
Yeah.
please.
I saw, I finished my sod on. Yeah, I finished my sod on the PC on the PC issues. And I'm just kind of mentioning just how good the fog is.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, the past week up here has been so unbelievably foggy that it's legitimately like Silent Hill.
Nice.
Like there, I think it was not this. It wasn't today, but yesterday. I had to struggle to see where I was driving.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Uh, so I actually want to do a quick review after this one. So, do you have any other thoughts on this game?
Okay, I'm losing you right again. I didn't understand a thing you said.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking, and you tell me when you can hear me again. Oh well, here we go again. So this is why we don't take this road anymore.
Man,
I only took this
Robotog is
road.
not the best dog.
Uh, I only took this way because I didn't want to be late getting my kid from dance class. Otherwise, I don't ever take this road anymore for this specific reason. Uh,
And he's gone again.
so I am just going to continue talking, and I'm going to hope and pray that this does not come through in the
I
final
think it's just going
recording.
through a bad
Did I just
patch.
straight up
Oh, there you
drop?
are.
Because that's what it looks like. Uh,
All right,
oh wait.
you're back. You're back.
Okay, cool. Uh, what we were saying there was I wanted to squeeze in one more view into this episode. So were there any closing thoughts you have for Silent Hill?
Man, I hate this. I hate whatever you're going through because I can't understand what you're saying.
Can you understand me now? Can you understand me now?
Try talking a little bit more.
Talk, 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 talk. Well,
I just hear
I,
robot noises.
I,
Oh, oh, I heard a full world, full world. I mean,
can
full
you hear
word.
me? Can you hear me?
I can
Okay.
kind of hear you,
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the episode because the signal's really bad.
but we tried. We
We
tried.
tr- we tried, but if it wasn't for these meddling kids, then we would have gotten through a whole episode.
Oh,
All right.
but we did our best.
We did our best. Everybody, this has been our thoughts on Silent Hill 2 Remake. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me. I think that's what you want me to say now. Seeing you, man.